introduction. Just an invitation. You're invited to introspection, internal inquiry. Past the individual to the indivisible. Inner innocence. Intuitive intelligence. Instantly inspiring. Going inwardly to infinity, including all inclusively. It's ingrained inherently. No sin within, no in to win, yet invincible. See into seeing, from the invisible, invariably intact, inhabiting the inside of all and with. A dive into the divine, dive into the informationless.
There's a story in the Bible when Jesus was saying to some of his disciples, there will come a time when they would gonna have to move on their own, and he was advising them, don't prepare for anything. Don't practice or rehearse for anything. When the situation comes, and then the Holy Spirit, the Comforter, will come and He will speak through you.
Yes.
Like that. And you don't know how you're going to be a vessel, or I like to analyze even these kind of words where I'm saying now, you don't know how that's going to happen, because we are so accustomed to the language of this identity, because all the language seems to be built for this identity that says, I don't know what was happening, and then this thing happened. It's all like claimed by this identity, which really it is not. But it is consciousness that is adopted that mask or that persona. And so the language comes is the language of duality. And when you say that somehow in that moment, unexpectedly, it was coming through you. If I speak to you normally and you say, oh no, I don't think I'll be right for it. And this one, you're not this one.
Yeah.
But you identify with that one. And then somehow you find that it just flowed from you. So it's not like, say, that anything you rehearsed. You even were surprised by your own self.
And it's funny because just before I arrived at our house, I was staying with Naraja and Rose for 2 nights. And just as I was leaving, something just hit me, and there was just a feeling of being completely home, and just completely home, without thoughts or anything. And so then after that, arriving at this thing happening, it just seemed like it was together.
Nobody can control that. All you can do is to let go into that. Let your life be letting go into that. So you don't know anything. I try to invite everybody to this party where nobody knows anything. Come to this place, you don't know anything. You don't know anything. But the mind always runs ahead. Sometimes maybe I'm on a plane in the airport. You say, oh, where are you going? Yeah, we're going to Spain. Oh, really? Yeah. What you going to do? Yeah, we look forward. I say, you don't know nothing. You're on the plane. Oh, we're going to Spain. You don't know if you get there. It's landing. Everybody's clapping. You don't know. It's not stuff. You don't know anything at all. Why you it's like it's not that you're saying you should be scared, but don't be presumptuous either. Just be empty. Just be present. But it seems so difficult thing to do. The reason why it's difficult to do, because it's not a doing. It's not a doing. It's just an isness, an ising. It's not a doing. So the mind wants to do it. It wants to do something.
Yes.
Even do nothing. It wants to do nothing. You see? And just be empty. And you'll not be disappointed, and you become life. You don't live life, you become life. Because life doesn't know anything about tomorrow. God doesn't know anything about Tuesday. Next Wednesday, 2000. Oh yeah, we are. Now it's 2014. We can say God knows, of course, because where else they come from? These ideas come from there. But they only exist as concepts. We must know what concepts are. That even all these things. You see this curtain here. Before it became this, it was a thought. It was someone's thought. And with the thought and the intention, it manifested as this thing. It is like a kind of like a concrete thought. Everything we have here, it was conceived through the mind, and with intention, it brought it into being. So all of these are thought forms in a concrete expression. But the mind itself is the thought of God. Seeing that the mind is thought brought all these things up. That the mind is the creator of them. But the mind itself is the created. The man creates many things. You see, the man expresses many things. But the man himself is an expression. But humanity believes that it is the fact, and the fact begins with it. But it is only an expression of itself. And the ones who know that, somehow, blessed is your knowing. You see? And all the peace will come to you. All these things are linked, from the very fact that Philip wants to speak.
Yes.
From the fact that somebody came to her house, and some unexpected sort of awakening or something happened. To the fact that you went there, and you particularly, everything is orchestrated by itself. Because life is going to somehow arrange encounters for you. And just to see if you can stand on what is your experience. What is your knowledge? What is your experience? Move from your experience. Nobody wants to ask you particularly what is your experience, or if they ask what is your experience. I don't know if people ask people what is their experience, or if they ask what is their experience, they want to know something on paper. I went to college there, I went after this, I went that, I studied this, I got my degree in this, and then I got this diploma in this thing. I graduated in that thing, and since then we're working with the solicitors. That's what they call, your experience. So that's not experience. If I came to this planet, and you were all there is, what can I learn from this planet, about this planet, from you? You understand? I want to talk about your Uncle Harry. I want to talk about you. I'm meeting you. Through you, I must get to know a little bit about this planet. So what can I find through you? Maybe you don't even know. Maybe you cannot speak, but I'll learn something about this place through you. Because a lot of people now, I see them and talking in television or in live, I see them talk. And they have no experience at all, they have no experience. they're just full of hearsay and this thing. I saw this thing on television the other day, and I saw this, and you know, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? Nobody's speaking from experience. It's just from hearsay and from chit chat and from conditioning and just from following what other people say. And they were doing. I saw actually talking now about that. I saw something on television actually that they were showing an experiment. They did an experiment with people. That they brought some people in a room, and they were going to do an experiment with them. And what they did was they had two they had two plaques, two pieces of card, and on one piece of card there was 3 lines, different sizes, okay, and on one other card there's just 1 line. And the teacher was asking, which of these lines is the same as this line here, okay? And it was kind of obvious, you know what I mean? It's like one is very long, one next one is a bit shorter, one is the same. And you can say, okay, for a moment you stop, but then you say, of course it's this. And they had 6 people in the room. They brought 6 people together in the room, but 5 of them was actors, okay, and 1 of them was just a person, regular person who came on the street, okay. So in the beginning, they asked, okay, these 2, which of them is the same one? And say the same is number 2, okay, they're the same. But they start to ask the actors first, which the guy who was there thinks we're all equal, no? And everyone, the actor says number 1, which was clearly longer. The other was like this, and the other was like this. So number 1, the guy was looking like. Then I ask you, what do you say? He says no. He says number 2. Okay. Then they didn't say you're right or wrong. Then they go again. They show another thing again like that. And again, all the actors agreed with the thing which we gave the wrong answer. And after 2 experiments, he started to agree with everything that they said. They just agreed. Although it was obvious, he gave up his own, sort of truth. Common sense, his own truth, just because to fit in. It's just like he couldn't hold up his own belief and started to believe started to just go with them. And I see that this is the life is like that. For a while you work with your truth, then after a while you just follow society, and then you start to behave as though what they say is true, but something inside you knows it's a lie. You're lying, but you're just pretending, and we're all playing the game of pretending. That was a very interesting experiment. I believe only somebody who has a sense of themselves. And who is not afraid to be themselves. Who doesn't want anything from society. Don't want anything, who doesn't want approval, doesn't want friends. Is a true person. I don't see any other thing. If you want something, you're going to compromise yourself. You want to fit in, you want to be like other people, you're not interested in, even the idea of original. I don't want to talk about being original, because the one who is natural is not even interested in originality. They don't know the concept of originality. You start off originality, they already feel something, they feel a bit awkward. You got to be natural, man. You didn't get to me. What does it mean? Why are you saying this? Why are you saying that you got to be natural? How else are you to be? You understand? So there is something deep inside the psyche of the human being who is somehow deviated from the center of themselves. But first of all, anyway, they start with you believe that your I is the body. Once the belief sets in that your I is the body, then you have to fit in, you have to be a part of something, you have to be a part of a clan. You have to associate with something by the nature of that. Because even satsang means to associate actually. But it means to associate with truth. But otherwise everybody's associating not with truth but with just what makes them feel secure. Why? Because you feel insecure. And why you feel insecure? You feel insecure because you take yourself to be the body. And then you are one of 7.5 billion. You're not one without two. Yeah? You're one with 2, 3, 4, 5, 7.5 billion. And either how many of those are friends and how many of those are enemies and how many of those are strangers. You know? Something inside that doesn't stop to think about that, but is functioning in that sort of state of, you know, I better make friends with some because I can't afford to make the whole of this enemy to me. And this is already something, you know, a flaw inside the programming of the person, so to speak. So it is a game of attraction or repulsion and fitting in. Even gangs, it's all cowards at the deep level. I said like this, I don't want to pick on gangs because I think we're all gangs. You know, first gang is your family. That's your first gang. Your first mafia is your family. And then after that your school buddies and your things. We're all forming little mafias because then you have more to be on your side. It's a strange thing, but it is consciousness's game. And it's a shit game basically. But somehow you got to live through the shit to come out somehow out of the shit. And then it's a brilliant game. Give me a shit game, it's a brilliant game. Same game, but different player. Yeah, played in a different way or seen from a different way. We can express it in different ways, but that's just how it's being expressed now. Right now. There's nothing you can preserve, particularly. Every trying to figure out the mind and the life that is experienced through the mind, in a way, is a waste of time. It's just a waste of time. You cannot conquer this game using the mind for the mind. You cannot do it. Even you is also partly to do with the mind. So then you may say, my God, if you speak like that, you leave me no space. You know, where else can I go? And I said, I'll show you something beautiful actually. You think you're in a box. You're just moving from a smaller box to a bigger box. But there's a place where there's no box. You're not box at all. Every concept, all your beliefs are inside some box, along with you. You believe in them, you enter the box with them, and you have to live with those in that box. And beyond this, you can't imagine. Nobody can imagine, because it's not beyond in the way that the mind can understand. It's just your heart. When you say beyond, you're just talking about your heart. Let's keep it simple. It's not beyond the black hole. No, it's just you. You are beyond all of this, but you don't know who you are. You don't as yet know. Not the you like I know who I am. Not like that. It's like you don't know who you are. You're not aware of yourself as what it is. It's just what it is. Not that it has to be about some information. You have to drown yourself in this beingness. You just have to drown yourself in it. Don't ask for any contracts or guarantee. You just have to drown yourself inside the ocean of the being. Just drown. Don't ask anything. Don't ask for any favors. Just something must be there. If you have some magic in you, the best way of the magic is drown yourself completely. Forget about learning anything at all, knowing anything at all. It's just a big bloody bondage. Don't know nothing at all. Nothing at all. Forget about you and where you want to go and being anything at all. Just burn the whole bloody house down. But who could listen to something like this? Nobody wants to listen to it. It's true. It's only somebody who somehow the magic has stirred inside them and they get a little bit of the perfume of what I'm talking. Will say, only here I can be. Only here I can be. I have nowhere else to go but here. Only here I want to be. Always I just want to be here. Only somebody like that. Somebody from the mind cannot come near. They won't come on the same street of the house of God. They will not go there. They won't go there. The mind is going to go far away. Wants to go far away. As if it can. But if you can hear such a thing, to say, be willing to be nothing. Don't be nothing for other people. Don't even be nothing for you. Just be nothing. You ask, how can I be nothing? Don't worry. It's not a time for techniques. It is already done. You have passed your stop. You have passed your stop. You didn't get off at the right stop. You're still on the bus. But you already passed your destination. If you want to say that. But you don't know it. Nobody else on the bus knows where you're going. Inexhaustible. The Spirit of God is inexhaustible. The Spirit of truth is inexhaustible. I mean, it alone is. Everything is dream. It alone is. But when you know it alone is, then dream becomes very beautiful. In fact, you don't even have to call it dream. You don't know. It doesn't even have a name anymore. The dream becomes Brahman. When you know this, the dream itself is Brahman. Illusions are Brahman. Delusions is all Brahman. Ego, Brahman. Everything is Brahman. Foolishness, Brahman. Wisdom, Brahman. Life, Brahman. Satan, Brahman. Angels, Brahman. God, Brahman. Everything Brahman. But that Brahman has to somehow be unmasked in each body. The Brahman is wearing the mask of the body and an idea called I. The Brahman is wearing this mask. And he's playing a game, and the name of the game is I want to find myself. It's a beautiful game, amazing game. I want to be home. The Brahman is playing a game called I want to be home. And yet, this game of existence, it is such a powerful thing. And it is nothing. And it's such a powerful thing. Why? Because it is Brahman. It's a powerful thing. All the feelings, all the emotions, all the thoughts, all the identities, everything like that. Every one of them is God's narcotics. And who can stand up to it? All the feelings, everything. They move into your blood vessels there. They move into your lungs, everything like that. And they scorch, they have a fire in them. The fire of faith, of belief, of trust, of hatred, of love, of desire, of intention, of imagination, of memory, intellect. All of these are fires. Or you can call them wild horses. And only God can ride that chariot. Only God can ride that chariot. Only Krishna can ride that chariot. Only Christ can ride that chariot. Only Muhammad can ride that chariot. And every human being has a Muhammad in him, a Jesus in him, have a Buddha in him, every human being. But whether that banana get peeled or not, that is the game. Not just peel but eaten. Nothing but God speaks these words. Only God can speak those words. I say when God is pleased, God speaks those words. When God is angry, He speaks other words. You can say, but God get angry and God get pleased. Yeah. Yes. But the Supreme, the Absolute, doesn't speak any words. Doesn't believe in anything, doesn't do anything. Can you say, I am Jiva? I am Shiva. I am Presence. I am Brahman. I am Parabrahman. I am Jinn. You have to come in this life that you own. You somehow own all of this, and none of it belongs to you. It's like you're all of this, and none of it belongs to you. And you're so consumed, You're so consumed. You have to be so consumed. You have to be that you have no space to put any part of this world. There's only space for God. There's only space for truth. Like all of this life is just the breath and the dream of God. I mean, who is speaking about these things? If you say the mind is God. The mind is God. The ego is God. The self is God. The non-self is God. The truth is God. The lie is God. All of it. If you know the lie to be also God, then all fear will leave you. Life is God. Death is God. And beyond all of these things, I say beyond God is God. There are some feelings that come. We don't know where they come from. They come from the womb of this universe. And they produce certain sort of subtleties of sensations within your spirit that no earthly thing can compare. A joy that no object can give you. Gross or subtle. They can only come from Him. There come a time when God cannot escape you. Cannot hide from you. You catch Him. And you have a great laugh together. You catch Him out. Can't run, can't hide, nowhere you can hide. Maybe He says, I've been hiding because you've been hiding. When you stop hiding, I can't hide. But who caused you to hide? I caused you to hide. Who's going to understand this type of language? You don't get this language in university. You don't get it in church, you don't get it anywhere. You only come from inside your spirit. My words are sweet right now because they come from the lips of God itself, actually. But they're only sweet to those who love God, or love truth, which is the same thing. They set you to flight inside. Can you fly inside? So many miraculous things are going to come through you, to all of you. But you just have to deny yourself. It's true. Just turn away from yourself. Ask God, erase the memory of me. Erase the memory of me in this body. Ask God for this. Don't let me remember me. Let me only know you. I don't even want to know you. Just let it be only you. And this will be my prayer. This is my prayer. I don't want to refer to me. I don't want to refer to me. Because all of that is dead stuff. I don't want to refer. Wherever I come in the picture, there's always trouble. So just erase the memory of me.
You see, Mooji, lately it felt very strongly that whatever would come and would seem to be causing trouble inside, this voice would come and say, just forget about yourself. And this is something which just always takes away everything. If you truly can take, like, because I've heard it from you so many times, you know.
Yes.
But it was like, okay, I kind of, but it was actually never really used, you know, like that it's true. That whatever feels uncomfortable here, I look and I see, but it's only uncomfortable for, just forget about yourself. And in that moment
if
it's
you forget
gone.
about yourself, there can be no trouble.
But truly, like just, and it just goes.
If you forget about yourself,
because then whatever happens for, just...
it is simple.
And it's so simple, but yet it's so powerful. And I seem like I've listened it so many times to you saying this, but it was never really taken and used, like, truly.
Yes. It takes time before these things, they ferment sufficiently, you see, to just somehow to remove your mind. Isn't it? Because we hear them, even now sometimes, something your granny might say or something like that. You know, 60 years it nearly take me. I'm just beginning to understand a simple little thing. You see? Don't walk with dirty handkerchief in your pocket. The whole world is in that statement. So. When I look at my pockets, he's dirty, all kind of stuff. But, you know, okay, Gran. Aunt Krishy. Whoever it is that has a love for the truth in the heart, you will somehow, your mind will evolve so fast. It evolves so fast, you know. It processes things so fast. It's moving in galaxies, not streets. You understand? We're just going around the corner to the next street. No, it's moving galaxies. And you see that, you see the evidence of it in a way, because you see that I think we all outgrow relationships. You may say, I outgrow my relationships. I would hope that everybody outgrow their old relationships, you know. Some people still stuck in them. But you outgrow, because it has been my experience like this. Different partners. I love them. But when we meet, because sometimes we still meet and I talk, and I look and I say, we were once together, you know. But it is such an impossibility. We could not be together. We could not be together. With me being how I am and you being, we cannot be together. We separated some galaxies down the road, and you know, somehow it just feels like this. You cannot fit into that shape anymore. They cannot fit into your shape and you cannot fit into their shape. There's nothing to go back to. You know, we've turned the pages. There's nothing to go back to. Nothing to go back to. When I talk about these things, it's just for pleasure. It's just joy. Everything, you talk about the truth, it's just for joy. I don't know. You know, it's just for joy. And now I feel I've become a little bit, I don't know, it's not lazy, it's not the true way, because it's not lazy. I've become a little bit particular. I don't want to work hard at the truth. I don't want to work hard with people, you know. Yeah, man, but you know, no, that's it. Go back and say, no, you know what? Take a break. Take a break. Give me a break. Let me talk with somebody with whom it's a pleasure. Yeah? I don't want to mean weak. I don't mean weak. I don't mean, chit chat. No. But whose heart is open, even if they're in the biggest crisis, even if the most painful thing, even if they had the biggest ego. I don't mind. But at least you want to come out of it. If you want to come out of it, already there's a air of holiness. You understand? If you want to come out of it, for me, this is the greatness. I don't mind, because, listen, can you remove all the dust from the earth? No, you cannot. The earth is super dusty. Okay? So you cannot clean yourself so clean. Don't waste time. You know? We all have some holes and some dark spots. Even the moon has got some dark spots. Okay? So let's not waste time about your little dark spots. Recognize yourself. Understand? In your dynamic being, you're going to have some little whatever. But that's your dynamic expression. That's your painting. That's your portrait. I want to meet you. I don't want to see your portraits anymore. No, I'm not so interested. We have many portraits. We've painted many portraits. I want to meet the painter now. I want to meet the one who is not the portrait. You see? If I meet you, you're not a portrait. Or I can say, you're a portrait of God. This is okay. But I don't want to look at an oil painting. I want to meet you. For how long? I don't know. Maybe for a second. I don't know. I've not thought about that. The meeting itself is enough. The meeting is eternal, you know. Something about it is eternal. I don't know. Maybe some foolish thing to say. When you meet like this, you don't think of time. When you meet in your heart, you don't think, it's Wednesday, it's 7:30. No. I don't know what happens there, but it's kind of enough. Something is enough about it. With all the people that you know in your heart, I don't see many people for 7-8 years. When I see them, there's no time between us. It doesn't mean anything at all. It doesn't mean anything, because you're here, and this doesn't grow old. This grows old, but this doesn't grow old. It doesn't grow old. It doesn't grow young. It doesn't grow old.
It's the most exquisite joy to hear you speak, Mooji.
When God gives us the ears and the tongue to speak and to listen, everything is fine. Everything is fine. When He gives us the mind and the heart to comprehend, everything is fine. Kanapa used to hunt, no? Kanapa used to be a hunter. And every time he hunt and he killed something, he would first present it to Shiva. He says, this is for you. And then one time he went to hunt and he came to present to Shiva, but Shiva, he could not see Shiva. And he became very sad. He said, Shiva, where are you? No answer come. And he waited and said, where are you? What is my life? What is my work if you are not here? What's for you? And if I cannot see you, what good are my eyes? If I cannot see you, what good is my eyes? And then he plucked his eyes out. He took his eyes out and says, if you don't come, then I don't have eyes to see anything with you. Then why you leave eyes in me? He took his eyes out. That is Kanapa. So this temple, Kanapa temple, is dedicated to Kanapa. When will our eyes see God? You see? Not imagine God. Not imagine God. When will your eyes see God? When will your mind see God? Because all is God. Mind says flower, sky, sand, carpet, light. But all is God. How is it going to get planted in here like that? How is it going to get planted in here like that? This is sadhana. That is faith. Because it's happening inside. Your eyes are being trained inside. The eyes are being trained by the heart. The mind is being trained by the heart. When the mind prostrates to the heart, it is correcting the mind's understanding or misunderstanding. That is sadhana. This is sadhana. The only way is to forget you. You cannot go around saying the lamp is God, the roses. That's also okay, you know. The sky is God, the shoes is God, the foot is God, the hand is God, the table is God, the cup is God, the air is God, the light is God, the moon is God, the sun is God, the trees are God, the flowers are God, the people are God, the bus is God. You can go like this. Or you can keep turning away from yourself. Do you understand what I mean? Turning away from self, self-interest. From self-remembrance, like at the egoic level. Become nothing. Because even to say become nothing is not something you can do. Who can carry out that instruction? It's just a mantra.
Gradually, the incomplete becomes intolerable. The end of the inauthentic is inescapable. With some insistence, the innermost will be known as inseparable. Not incredible, indeed, inevitable. Innerly inspecting, investigating. Through the instrument of insight, tune in. Initial intensities indicating that the end of the influence of incorrect interpretation is incoming. Increasingly, the innate is inclined to its independence from the investment of the infected incident called the intellect. The interest in interpersonal interactions is interrupted. Remain indulged yet inactive, in tune yet inaudible, without intention of income, come in just the coming in. Now no more words, just inwards.